Hello, amazing humans. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to day 11 of our 14-day yoga challenge. This is amazing. We're into that double digit now. Yesterday was day 10, today is day 11. Of course, if you're landing on this video because you just want to practice this class, thank you for being here. But congratulations if you have completed the 10 days in a row. We are entering day 11. Shorter practice today, but super beneficial. Gonna get more so into the hips, low back regions of our body. So bring anything you need to help support you throughout your practice. Close to you now, blanket, pillow, blocks, 2 textbooks of the same size. Maybe you want to drink some water or tea throughout class, which please feel free to do. I often never cue it. I never cue it. Some randomly I'll be like, drink some water. But please listen to yourself. This is your class, not mine. Everything I say is optional. If that all sounds good, make sure you're in something comfortable, something that you can easily move about in, and we'll find ourselves in a comfortable seated position. So sitting up nice and tall, the comfortable seated position may look cross-legged. You might sit back on your heels. Alternatively, you could have your legs just out in front of you comfortably and use the support behind the spine if it's going to be more comfortable for you to center in for class today. I point here because there's a wall. You could use a couch, dresser, bed, whatever you have near you, wherever you're practicing. Feel free to use those supports. Also in the seated position, I like to sit up on something. So this is a chip foam block from Shop Half Moon. It just helps elevate the pelvis, pardon me. So you can just let your hands land somewhere comfortable in the lap. Take your gaze down to the floor or close your eyes. Take a deep inhale, filling up your body. Exhale your choice through the nose or the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale. Feel as though you're filling up the top of your head to the tips of your toes. You may even hold the in-breath. And then exhale, nose or mouth. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Let's do that once more. Inhale. Exhale, nose or mouth. And then arriving here with that long, deep breath in and out through the nose or the mouth, whatever is serving you today. Knowing that this is your class, not mine. Everything I say is optional. Let's take this connection a little bit deeper in towards the heart. So take one hand and place it over the heart. Take the other hand and place it over top of that first hand. Relax the shoulders. See how much space you can create from your ear to your shoulders. Drop it down. See if you can bring the shoulder blades to marry at your spine. And as you do this, you feel an opening through the chest. The first palm that's at your heart space might feel your own heartbeat. Giving you a sense of the true you. You can take your inner gaze down towards your heart. So as your eyes are closed, you're just looking down and towards your heart. Say hello to yourself. While you're still maintaining that connection to the breath, check in with how you feel physically, how you feel mentally and emotionally. If you'd like to spend this moment to set an intention for your practice today, you can go ahead and do so. A word, a phrase, a short sentence, or you might dedicate this practice to someone in need. This energy can do wonders to send it out to someone who's in need. It's okay if you don't have an intention. Let's everyone take a deep in breath. Hold the in breath in, hold the intention at the heart space if you got it. Exhale, slow and steady, begin to drop the hands down to the lap. Keep your eyes closed here and just begin to draw a circle with the nose. So Doesn't matter which direction you go for first. You're just visualizing maybe a pencil, a ballpoint pen, a marker, the tip of your nose, and you're just begin to draw circles, bringing some movement to the neck. Increase the circumference of the circle. Taking your inhale as you come up on top of the circle, maybe dropping the head back any amount, and the exhale to draw the bottom of the circle, possibly tucking the chin to the chest. Exploring the neck here. If you need to pause in an area because it feels extra juicy, go for it. One more breath, one more circle in this direction. And then we'll just switch. So at the bottom of that last exhale, go the opposite way. So you're going to draw a circle as the opposite way, and you can start with those little small circles. Go for nice and big circles. Again, taking the inhale as you draw the top of the circle, maybe letting the head fall back. And the exhale to draw the bottom of the circle, tucking the chin to the chest. One more. Bottom of that exhale, just keep the chin tucked to the chest, opening through the back of the neck, the upper back. You may interlace your fingers and place it on the back of the skull. And just relax through the shoulders, just bringing this sort of gentle weight to the back of the skull, helping to go a bit deeper. One more breath. Inhale to drop the hands down to the lap and draw a straight line. If it's sensitive on the neck, just stay neutral, but if it feels good, you're going to let the head fall back any amount. Open through the front of the neck, the throat, opening up through the heart, the chest. And then exhale to slowly come back to center, making your way to the back of the mat in child's pose. Using those supports, maybe the blanket cushion underneath the knees or the shins, using potentially something in between the hips and the heels. And then extending the arms out in front, melting the heart and the forehead down to the mat. So entering child's pose, spreading the fingers nice and wide as both palms connect to the mat, and then allowing the forehead to come towards the mat. You may need a support underneath the forehead, like a pillow, a blanket. You can bring this deep sense of relaxation there, or maybe the forehead does connect to the floor, the mat. Closing down your eyes, take one mindful breath. We're going to inhale to come up through tabletop position. Make sure the knees are hip width apart. Let's stack the hip over the knee, shoulder above the wrist. Tuck the toes, take a deep inhale. Exhale, press the hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. You might bring a generous bend to the knees to find the beautiful length in the spine. Both palms are pressed into the mat. Include the pointer finger mound of either hand, and then press the best that you can the chest back to the thighs. Let the heels melt towards the mat. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. Press one heel down as you lift the other, walking out the dog if that feels good, and switch. Really connect to the breath here, breathing into the hamstrings and the calves. Just find some stillness here in our downward dog. We're going to inhale to rise the right leg up, three-legged dog. And then exhale, bend the right knee and step the foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee. And then we're going to come up, rise up, hands to the hips. Top of the back foot can be pressed into the mat. If you have sensitive knees, it might be nice to do a blanket. Put a blanket underneath your knee. And then we're going to send the hips a little bit forward as we do this. Mindful that we keep the knee over the ankle, so we might have to scooch the front foot forward. Low lunge. You can press the hands together in front of the heart, or rise the arms up. Take a deep inhale. Feel the sensation of your ribs moving away from the hips. And on that exhale, slowly lower the hips down a little bit more. Soften through the shoulders. Unclench the jaw. Tune into your breath. Float the hands down to in front of the heart if they weren't there, and then go in. Option 1 is try to turn your chest towards the right side. Option 2, hook the left arm around that right leg, coming into a twist. Pressing the palms together if your arms hooked on that front thigh to help twist the heart open more. And the gaze might even go up. One more breath. Taking the inhale to come back to center, let's frame the front foot. You're gonna tuck the back toes, pick up that back knee, send it back, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. Finding stillness if you weren't there already. Inhale, left leg comes up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot through in between the hands, drop that back knee, and we're gonna rise up as the hands come to the hips. We're gonna scooch the front foot forward as you drop the hips to the mat. Mindful that knee is over the ankle. You can find the hands placed in front of the heart. You can rise the arms up. Wherever you are, soften through the shoulders. Take an inhale to rise the heart higher. Exhale, you may send the hips a little bit lower, getting into that right hip flexor. Let some tension go on that next exhale. Let's drop the hands to in front of the heart. Take your next exhale to turn the chest towards the left, option 1. Option 2, hook that left arm, or the right arm on the left leg. So we're twisting towards the left side. Inhale. Exhale, you might take the gaze up to the ceiling. One more breath here. We're gonna turn the chest back to center, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, send it back, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath here, last downward dog. Movement or stillness. Slowly lower the knees to the mat, sit back on the heels, use appropriate supports to help set yourself up to be comfortable. Have one hand land on the heart, one hand land on the belly, close your eyes. Find this deep connection to yourself. The one hand on the heart might feel your heartbeat, maybe it's increased since when we first started this. Beginning to slow down our breathing. Slow down the mind. Pausing here for a few more long, deep cycles of breath. Feel free to pause this video if you want to enter into a laying down shavasana. Otherwise, you can go ahead and press the palms together in front of the heart space. Gently tuck the chin to the chest as you bow your head to your hands. Thank you. From my heart to yours. Namaste.